Hi there. I want to take a couple minutes today to show you some key documents in the Week 12 folder and to remind you that this week you're uploading a draft of Project 4 for peer response and for my feedback on the project. So your focus this week should really be on very careful drafting of Project 4. What you upload in your peer folder for Friday evening should not be like a 30-minute thrown together document. It should be your research proposal in the best shape possible. So I've uploaded a couple of annotated examples for you to take a look at. You have the opportunity this week to come see me during office hours as usual on Wednesday morning if that's helpful for you. And then you should just be spending a lot of time reading, writing, reading again, writing some more, maybe going to the write zone to get some support on your paper, and doing the best, most careful writing job that you can. It would also be a good idea this week to go back to the research proposal assignment and to review those requirements. Remember that the research proposal is, just like the name suggests, a proposal for research you would like to do on your research question. And in this document, you describe how you would do that research and how that research responds to the literature that you've been looking at in the field and would contribute to your discipline's discussion of this research question. So you're going to give background, you're going to explain the research methods that you would use, and you'll talk about, in the discussion section, the implications for those research methods. Let's look really quickly at a couple of documents, and then I'll show you where the peer response folder is for this week. Okay, here I am in the Week 12 folder, and I'm going to show you these two documents. The first is the annotated student sample that was also in the Week 10 folder. It's important to note that this sample is an example of a pretty good research proposal, but there are some issues with it in terms of formatting and some other things that you'll notice in my annotations. So you would not want to use this as an example of a perfect, like, A paper, but it's pretty close. It's getting there. This student draft is well on its way to being a really strong research proposal. What you're going to see when I open up this document, when you open up the document, on the right-hand side are some annotations describing features, genre features, and some rhetorical moves that are happening in the document. So I recommend that you take some time to read through both the sample and the comments that I have on the side, and to see how this paper is structured. I've also uploaded a second example in this folder, and this example is one of a set of documents for a larger research proposal protocol that I submitted with a colleague a couple of years ago. I note in the description that this is an example of a research narrative included in an IRB protocol, but it is not following the same template that you're going to use for Project 4. So keep that in mind. You can't use this template exactly, but you can see a lot of the same moves in the document, and so I thought it would be helpful for you to see another example of that. So take a look at both that document and the annotations. The last thing that I want to show you this week is where your peer response for Project 4 goes. You'll see the link to it here in the Week 12 folder and a set of descriptions on what I expect you to comment on in your partner's draft. I'm giving you one partner for this week. So I have a couple of suggestions for that. When you go in there, you'll see your name and a partner's name, and I'll continue to create those discussion threads and those partnerships tonight. But you have one partner, and so my expectation is that you give really strong, thorough feedback on that draft, and that you plan to spend at least a half an hour giving feedback on your partner's draft this week. You might decide that you want to give each other feedback earlier than Saturday or Sunday. That's up to you, but feel free, because you can access email in the course tools section of Blackboard. Feel free to email your partner if you want to be in touch with them about anything regarding the peer response.